Greetings. My name is Matthew Brazel. Today, I will be presenting my signature project, which focused on improving student proficiency at Russell County High School. This project examined school-wide data, identified a clear problem, implemented a research-based action plan, and analyzed the results to determine its impact on student achievement. For context, Russell County High School is located in Seal, Alabama. It's most closely tied to Phoenix City, Alabama, and Columbus, Georgia, along with Fort Moore. We have a large transient population at Russell County High School due to military families deploying and moving more often than the average family. Russell County High School also serves a high needs population, with over 77% of students classified as economically disadvantaged. Because of this, addressing academic achievement and student proficiency will be especially important for student long-term success. The primary need identified in this project is low student proficiency across all tested areas at Russell County High School. According to the ALSDE report card data, proficiency levels were 23.4% in English language arts, 9.6% in mathematics, and 26.8% in science. These data points clearly show that improving student proficiency must be a school-wide priority. In addition to the ALSDE report card data, a teacher survey was given to all members of faculty, and they identified a litany of issues that they saw, which was concerns with instructional time, school discipline, student motivation, teacher retention, and intermediation. And while we could not affect all of these positively uh, by improving student proficiency, we could help with many of their concerns. I also had a conversation with the school's administrative team uh, and showed them both the teacher survey and the ALSDE report card. And student proficiency was deemed to be the root issue that can and needed to be addressed. The research strongly supported the strategies that were used within this plan. Studies show that differentiated instruction helps meet diverse student needs. Cross-curricular collaboration strengthens students' understanding and helps to create transferable skills across subject areas. Standard alignment, both vertically between grade levels and horizontally within departments, led to a simplification of what students were actually asked to do, which has shown that students will have more focus and have more consistency because it, there's less jargon. Additionally, research suggests that improving literacy can positively impact performance in other subject areas. It tends to have the largest carryover effect. If students can read better, they typically do better in all other areas. The research question that guided this project was, will implementing differentiated instruction, cross-curricular collaboration, and standard alignment improve student proficiency across all subject areas? The hypothesis that guided us was implementing differentiated instruction, cross-curricular collaboration, and standard alignment will positively impact student proficiency across all three specified areas. The action plan focused on three major strategies to improve student proficiency: differentiated instruction in all core classes, cross-curricular collaboration between paired departments, these being English language arts and history, and math and science, and standard alignment across content areas. This was to assist our cross-curricular collaboration. Teachers also utilize Mastery Prep and other ACT-aligned assessments uh, to have a standardized way of tracking data and collecting good information. The plan was implemented over one full school year. It began with summer planning and professional development, followed by baseline Mastery Prep pre-tests at the beginning of school. Flyers and emails were sent home informing parents of what was going on at the school and the plan that was being implemented this school year. Throughout the fall, cross curricular projects that began once the second 9 weeks began, and departments worked together to ensure that this had success. During the winter and spring, collaboration continued throughout the school. Benchmark testing was consistently used, and then ACT boot camp was used for our ACT takers, our juniors. In April and May, a final data review was conducted, and we reflected on the project's successes and areas for potential growth. The project included 792 students across grade levels 9 through 11. Data was collected from mastery prep assessments, ACT aligned practice tests, classroom formative assessments, and feedback from these collaborative department meetings. The action plan was implemented in several clear steps. First, the findings were presented to the administration and the secondary curriculum director in order to build support and buy-in and align the plan with school priorities. Next, meetings were held with department heads and other implementing personnel, including counselors and media specialists, so that expectations and responsibilities for this plan were clear and evident. Professional development then focused on differentiated instruction and interpreting student data, standard alignment. After that, paired departments, specifically English and history and math and science, began to work together to align standards and plan for their cross curricular activities. Finally, student progress was monitored through mastery prep assessments, classroom formative assessments, and ACT aligned measures so instruction could be adjusted throughout the year. In my role as the project lead, I facilitated the collaboration between departments. I supported professional development and guided teachers to adjust instruction based on standard alignment. The challenges and modifications that occurred at this project, the first of which was time. Time was a barrier throughout because there just never seemed to be enough time within the day, especially in the early going. There needed to be constant uh, professional development on how to interpret data, on differentiated instruction, and the biggest was on data interpretation. There's just there was a big gap in understanding for teachers on how to actually take the information that they're given and then apply it to the classroom. In the beginning of this project, I did not anticipate this being an issue, but um, some of our interdepartmental meetings took the place of our current structure of having department meetings weekly. And so some of those more focused, just math, just science, just English, just history department meetings um, lost time because they were meeting with their paired departments. Figure 1 shows a comparison between baseline levels at Russell County High School and then post-implementation proficiency levels. All three subject areas showed a measured growth. Post-implementation benchmark data showed measurable growth across all three content areas. English language arts increased 6.4 points, mathematics increased 4.6 points, and science increased 4.7 points. These gains did not eliminate the proficiency gap, but they do show meaningful progress within one school year. These results indicate that a school-wide approach was effective. English language arts showed the strongest growth, which aligns with research on literacy's impact across subject areas. Science continued its upward trend and it continued to improve, and math stayed our least proficient subject area, but did show improvement. This suggests that the strategy had a broad school-wide impact. The connection to student achievement was direct. Higher proficiency suggests stronger mastery of standards and better preparation for ACT aligned expectations. Teachers also noted improved participation, more assignment completion, and more intentional use of data in instruction. In other words, the plan influenced both academic outcomes and classroom practice. Students were more engaged because we met them at their level. We made things interesting and fun. And it was the first time many of these students had ever participated in these cross curricular projects. The results point to several logical next steps. Russell County High School should continue using benchmark tools such as Mastery Prep, strengthen professional development focused on differentiation and data analysis, expand collaboration across grade levels, and, and provide additional targeted attention to mathematics, which is still our least proficient area. Overall, the project shows that a coordinated school-wide effort can lead to real improvements in student proficiency within 1 year. The signature project demonstrates that when instructional leadership, collaboration, and data-driven decision making are aligned, schools can make significant progress in overall student achievement. Thank you.